these issues are viewed. Host Brereton Horne will examine a variety of topics to enlighten, stimulate debate, and explore solutions. Hear the facts, hear the real-life stories, hear a view from the outside. Join Brereton Horne at 7:30 a.m. every Saturday on NiceRadio for A View from the Outside.
On A View from the Outside this week being the 21st of July 2018, we look at prophecy, P-R-O-P-H-E-C-Y, prophecy, with the view being that Vincentians are paying attention to the things which are happening in the country and connecting them with past events to get a better understanding and appreciation of the current situation. The Collins Dictionary defines prophecy as a statement in which someone says they strongly believe that a particular thing will happen. And the Cambridge Dictionary defines prophecy as a statement that says what is going to happen in the future, especially one that is based on what you believe about a particular matter rather than existing facts. In keeping with those definitions and considering what pertains currently in the country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, many are asking whether what Horne Graham said over a decade ago was a prophecy. Horne Graham, many will remember, was an ardent supporter of the Unity Labour Party, ULP. In fact, he has been credited in some quarters to have been directly involved in the demonstrations, blocking of roads, etc., which eventually led to the bringing down of the Sir James Mitchell's NDP government, the New Democratic Party government, and the coming into being of the Dr. Ralph Gonsalves-led ULP government. Many will remember that it did not take long for Horne Graham to become dissatisfied, discontented, and disillusioned with the policies of the ULP government, the government which he assisted to hold the reins of power in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Many will remember also that in his state of dissatisfaction, discontentment, and disillusionment of such policies, Horne Graham spoke out on a public platform. He said that if the draconian policies of the government were continued, that blood would run in this country being St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is no secret that because of his utterances, Horne Graham was prosecuted for sedition. He was prosecuted for trying to bring hatred or contempt against the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is no secret also that the government lost the case when the magistrate stopped it, stating that the defendant, Horne Graham, had no case to answer. The magistrate stopped the case, stating that there was no evidence to establish a case against Horne Graham. It is no secret, too, that the government appealed the magistrate's decision. It is no secret that the government lost that appeal, and as such, Horne Graham was never convicted. Many believe that the prosecution of Horne Graham was politically motivated and that he was persecuted for no longer supporting a government which he once lauded. Everyone who's listening, everyone is encouraged to read the judgment of that case from the Court of Appeal. It makes for interesting reading, and it provides a lot more context and detail to what transpired in the courts. It can be found by Googling. So if one goes on to Google and Googles Commissioner of Police, Appellant, and Horne Graham, Respondent, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you'll find the case there. And everyone is encouraged to read it. So, Horne Graham said, blood would run in this country. And many are now wondering whether those words fit the definition of a prophecy. People are wondering because they're wondering that because of the state or the spate of gun crimes and other crimes which continue unabated in the country. People are being gunned down in the streets and even in their homes. Blood is running, literally. And it is because of that why many ask the question whether what Horne Graham said was indeed a prophecy. The question is also being asked of a number of other statements made by others. Other statements which others have made, people are asking whether those statements are prophecy as well. There have also been many statements made by the former leader of the parliamentary opposition and former president of the New Democratic Party, Arnie Eustace, on a range of issues which have made many say that he is a man of prophecy. He spoke before it happened of the rising debt accumulated by the current government, and he predicted that the country's national debt will rise to in excess of $1 billion. Prophecy, indeed. He spoke about the deficiencies of the Petro-Carib agreement, and he predicted that it will not last. He predicted that it will become wholly problematic in the future. It is no secret that there is now grave uncertainty as to the longevity of that agreement. And many believe that there is still no proper accountability of the monies obtained from Petro-Carib by the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Prophecy, many are asking. There is no doubt that each and every listener to this program can point to many things which were said in the past and which appear today to be as predicted. For example, many are questioning whether the boast many years ago to make the country ungovernable is one of prophecy, especially when one considers the dire state of affairs in the country today. The state of affairs where it is reported that the police do not attend or are reluctant to attend a crime scene to assist victims. The state of affairs where getting an ambulance to attend a crime scene and to transport the wounded, the victim of crime, to hospital is something which is in short supply. The state of affairs where morality is said to be at an all-time low. The state of affairs where unemployment continues to skyrocket year on year. The state of affairs where the suicide rate, especially among young people, is on the increase. The state of affairs where people are becoming more and more concerned about their own and their families' safety. The state of affairs where the country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because of the continuous increase in gun crimes, is described as a war zone. The state of affairs where human trafficking has taken root. The state of affairs where prostitution is reported to be rife. The state of affairs where the Yogi Farrell affair is said to be a tip of the iceberg. The state of affairs where HIV and AIDS are frighteningly on the increase. The state of affairs where the rule of law has been deliberately and systematically undermined. Yes, many can point to other words and question and ask the question about prophecy? Well, we on A View from the Outside encourage all Vincentians to listen more and pay heed to the warnings from time to time. In doing so, we no doubt will avoid some disturbing and distressing times. And in doing so, let us be mindful of the words of Marcus Garvey. Marcus Garvey said, and I quote, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots," unquote. Until next week, Randy and all of the listeners, this is Brereton Horne with A View from the Outside, with a reminder to send feedback, as usual, to aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. That's aviewfromtheoutside@hotmail.com. Have a pleasant Saturday, have a wonderful Sunday, and have a productive week ahead. And you, Randy, in your absence, enjoy whatever you do. And I hope we are in touch still. Anyway.